I've decided to do a few videos at my table, at my tish, that we ate every meal at for 35 years. We didn't go out too much. I didn't enjoy going out. And I still don't. And since everybody died, I still haven't eaten out. I prepare all my meals and I say a few words afterwards of the phrase in the Grace After Meals that it's Harachman, about the father and the mother. And actually I say Grace After Meals if I eat someplace out, I still relate to the table of the father and the mother, which is this table. And all blessings come from this table for me. And the reason I'm doing this video today, I want to do it while I eat. I always remembered about 40 years ago, I read a thing about Schopenhauer. And he said, they asked him a question. He was on the White Cliffs of Dover. And they asked him, Mr. Schopenhauer, do you believe in suicide? And he was in this restaurant, the White Cliffs of Dover, eating the steak. And said, yes, I believe in suicide, while he's feasting on mutton. So there's something to that. How can I talk about such deep issues while I'm feasting at the table? What happens if I'm right? What happens if I'm right about everything? And I haven't been following through because of doubt. Soph, doubt. Where did I get that Soph from? And in a certain sense, that Soph comes from the first chapters of the Torah. When man is expelled from Gan Eden. He was never expelled from Gan Eden. I'm in Gan Eden now. My body, my consciousness, I'm in Gan Eden. And if you don't want to be there with me, stay away. You understand? I'm in Gan Eden. My consciousness never left. Quite frankly, I'm a vegetarian here in Gan Eden. Surprise. But let me show you how to recognize Gan Eden and the level of Ein Sof. Yeah, there was coffee in Gan Eden. And there's ultimate enjoyment in Gan Eden. But here's the real secret. The name of the God level in Gan Eden, for those who have never left Gan Eden, is Ein Sof. This Ein Sof can be reduced to Aleph Samech. the initial letters of Ein Sof. And what the recognition is for you and for me is the hipuk, the reversal of these letters. Because it's so strange that the first letters of the word Ein Sof, Aleph Samach, are the same letters reversed of Sitra Achra. So, the real deal is that the Ein Sof has to be found within the Sitra Achra. And how is that done? And here's the beauty. Let me show you the beauty. Feasting on mutton. Or my mutton, the White Cliffs of Dover. Making you wait a little bit. Sapo. The way to recognize Ein Sof within this world, because Ein Sof is beyond attribution, beyond recognition, beyond everything, beyond the beyond. Maybe the Atzmut Ein Sof is beyond the beyond. And we'll talk about that. About the level of Atzmut in Ein Sof. Oh, we're getting carried away. The way to recognize Ein Sof is from the same letters as Aleph Samach reversed into Samach Aleph, and that's the Rosh Tivo, the initial letters of Sitra Achra. So the way to recognize Ein Sof down here in this material physical plane is through the Sitra Achra. And for those who are not ready for this, too bad. And I'm not interested in it. I just told you where I am. Let me repeat it. And I'll repeat it all the time. The way to recognize Ein Sof is not some lofty spiritual with robes. And fancy flowering and calm language. And all those who think they're spiritual. The way to recognize Ein Sof, and the only, because how few have recognized Ein Sof. The only way to recognize Ein Sof, oh, don't talk with your mouth full. The only way to recognize Ein Sof is through the Sitra Achra. So when you see things in the Sitra that you would recognize and you would label Sitra Achra, the way to recognize Ein Sof is to, everybody knows what's happening in the Sitra Achra. Because the Sitra Achra seems to be a physical domain. You see? And the real secret that until you recognize that everything comes from Ein Soph, even the Sitra Achra, you're not there yet. And when you're there, then you will not be spiritual, calm, looking to tranquilize yourself. But you'll be natural. Natural. See? The way things were in Gan Eden. See? Before the imagined fall. So all you're doing is going back to your original source in Gan Eden, which you never left. If you're like this, you're in Gan Eden. If you're like this, then you're not. You're not in Gan Eden. If you're holier than thou, you're not in Gan Eden. Can you handle that? And when I'm talking to myself here, prove it. Prove it that you can handle that.